Good morning. This is the Paradise Unicorn Priestess bringing you day 328 of A Course in Miracles, the Yin translation where we use female words. This would be November 24th if you're starting at the new year. Psychotherapy Introduction. Psychotherapy is the only form of therapy there is, since only the mind can be sick, only the mind can be healed. Only the mind is in need of healing. This does not appear to be the case, for the manifestations of this world seem real indeed. Psychotherapy is necessary so that an individual can begin to question their reality. Sometimes she is able to start to open her mind without formal help, but even then there is always some change in her perception of interpersonal relationships that enables her to do so. Sometimes she needs a more structured, extended relationship with an official therapist. Either way, the task is the same. The patient must be helped to change her mind about the reality of illusions. Today we have the brief introduction to the third and last of the shorter channeled works associated with A Course in Miracles called Psychotherapy. And when this is complete, it will be only the lessons for the rest of the year after December 6th. All right, it says that psychotherapy is the only kind of therapy that there is, because only the mind can be sick. So once again, this is all about dream logic, the idea that we are a shard of an omniscient, omnipotent mind that is insane. The individual brain cells of this brain are cut off from each other, not communicating, and are hallucinating. They don't see their connection to one another, and in what seems to be a gap of darkness are projections that are not real. The term psychotherapy comes from the word psych or psyche, which refers to the soul, the spirit, the breath, and therapy, which is about healing. So this is about healing our soul. And the Course in Miracles tends not to use the word soul. It refers to the mind, which is made of thoughts, the ego, which is a false identity based on the separated shard that does not see its connection to the rest of all that is, and the spirit, which is the creation of God, something that is formless, abstract, and uniform, and only thinks that it has taken on a separate identity in complexity and form. The one who channeled A Course in Miracles, who received these words from the soul that said it was Jesus in a former life, was a psychotherapist, and she and her friend Bill worked together to bring this work forth, with Helen receiving the words and Bill supporting and offering enthusiastic, cheerleading encouragement that it was the right course and it was a good thing. It began when, in their problematic relationship with one another as both being therapists, as well as with the many problematic ways the system was set up to help people and was failing those patients, it was said between them, there must be a better way. And that was the beginning. And so it says here, when there is a change of mind, even a small one, in interpersonal relationships, that is the opening to there being a better way. And this course is showing us that there is a better way. And it is working not with the body, not with the outer circumstances, but with the source of these things. We are the source of the dream that we are dreaming, but our source is God, love, and we are being asked to give up being a source and let instead love be the source, our mother, and to realize that we are love like her, that we did not create ourselves, and that we are part of her, and to let that shine through us. And this is echoed in today's lesson about not taking the first place. It says that we would take the second place. And this echoes the teaching of Jesus that the person who seeks their life will lose it, but the one that loses their life will find it. And the one that seeks to be first shall be last, and the one that is last shall be first. It is that upside down thinking where the Course says in the very beginning that in our state of separated insanity, we have an upside down thinking. It needs to be flipped, turned 180, everything turned on its head in order to be all right, because it was completely reversed in a position that was harmful to us. So, since we are insane, this section says that psychotherapy is necessary so that an individual can begin to question their reality. An insane person believes in hallucinations or in stories that are not real. And the Course teaches us that all form is a hallucination and all stories are unreal. It teaches us that reality is simple, changeless, formless, and abstract, and that continuing to play games in form only leads to heartache. And the only game that leads to healing is one in which we forgive, where we drop all judgment and attack thoughts, and fill any perceived gaps between us and the rest of creation with love. And it suggests that we may start to open and change our mind without formal help, but there is often a benefit to more structure and a relationship with an official therapist. This touches on the idea of being a teacher of God, and there's the manual for teachers that instructs on what this is like for the teacher and advice on how to be effective. The things found in this channeled work of psychotherapy are particularly applicable to one who is formally a therapist, but it is also applicable to anyone who is learning to adopt these principles and would share them with others. And the Course itself has each of us, students of the Course, in relationship with our heavenly therapist, the Holy Spirit, and our elder sister, those who have ascended beyond any desire to find something of value in the illusion of form. The Course teaches us to be in touch with them, to open the channels of communication, such that we are able to receive guidance. And in that, we receive our therapy, our healing for our psyche, our mind or soul or spirit. And after reviewing what is creation found in show notes, we go on to Lesson 328. I choose the second place to gain the first. What seems to be the second place is first. For all things we perceive are upside down until we listen to the voice for God. It seems that we will gain autonomy but by our striving to be separate, and that our independence from the rest of God's creation is the way in which salvation is obtained. Yet all we find is sickness, suffering, and loss and death. This is not what our mother wills for us, nor is there any second to her will. To join with her is but to find our own. And since our will is hers, it is to her that we must go to recognize our will. There is no will but yours, and I am glad that nothing I imagine contradicts what you would have me be. It is your will that I be wholly safe, eternally at peace. And happily I share that will which you, my mother, gave as part of me. That is our lesson for the day. Happy practicing.